Yeah, so things are moving, I guess, forward. It's we're actually going very slow as usual. Yeah. Anyway, I just tested. I found out that I actually found some 360 degrees videos from YouTube, from Israel, and I found one in regards to Rome as well, and. So that was different resolutions and all that, and I downloaded 6 of them to try out. And I found out that only 2 of the 6, worked. Well, they did play all of them, but the others was the besides the 2, the others was broken. I didn't try to download another video and do the same thing, and I found out that it was apparently the player that can't handle the resolutions, specific resolutions apparently. Then it breaks. I'm not sure if my player is actually working at the moment. It doesn't seem to load. I've also fixed in regards of no I had where it slides out and all that. I just couldn't bother with that anymore. Just wanted to be like quick, let's get it going and all that. So that's actually nice. Oh yeah, we have a problem. That's something I need to fix as well. Now, I'm getting this error the first time I load the page. Well, I'm only getting it after I'm reloading it in regards of not finding the UVP playlist, which is the playlist overall to the player, and that's apparently is a problem in regards of my other JavaScript, where I put it in a HTML where it actually goes to retrieve it. But I've actually fixed them. I fixed the things underneath it, so it should actually have already loaded the first one, where where the UVP player is, so there shouldn't be any problem, but there is apparently, and I don't know why, because I fixed the playlist so it loads the playlist first, and then loads the where it has the thing to retrieve the playlist, so it should be able to find it, and it does find it after you refresh it after the first time. But of course, that's not going to work if it's break, the first time you're there, because, most people, if they go in there, they wouldn't know that there's something missing on the page. So, of course, the solution would be to just bring the HTML thing that it retrieves into the main HTML file again, and then it seems to work, I've been able to fix the settings of the video player and inside a JavaScript file, so I can add it I can fix the JavaScript file in regards to the settings, and it retrieves it without any problem. It seems it doesn't seem to be any problem in regards to that, so that's nice at least. Of course, I'm not using like a secondary JavaScript to do that. I'm just, fixing, it's already a JavaScript just in the HTML file. So what I'm just doing is just putting it in the a JavaScript file, and that works. It retrieves it without any issues. It's still working and all that. But in regards of retrieving the information from other HTML files, so it has problems, and I try to move things around where loading things before and after, and apparently it just does the same thing. Another problem, of course, in regards to testing is that you also need to go in here and say clear private data, apparently, to actually be totally, there's so much, just it saves so many things. Now I probably cleared a lot more than I actually needed, but anyway, oops, let's try again. Go in and load it again. So now all the information should be gone, and I guess it will load it even if it's actually, it's a little weird because so it must still have something in the memory or something like that, because usually when you just begin the first time it will not load it, you know, and then afterwards, after that one time, you know, it will load it. You know, you can, let's try another browser. Hopefully it hasn't already, well, it's already opened in the browser, so that probably won't, but you can see that it's not on the page, so the first time it loads it doesn't come up with that. Now of course you have the problem again with the cache, and let's see if it, no, it doesn't load. Great. So as you can see, it doesn't load the first time. If I push it again and load it again, it should actually work. And that of course is a problem. Yeah, there we go. And it comes up, and again I've dropped the thing where it, you know, shows the movement of going up and going down, so when I click it just, you know, goes down. Just much more, you know, just, you know, quick and all that. It takes like 2 seconds to close it down nearly, or 1 to 2 seconds to close it down, and 1 to 2 seconds to close it up, and I'm just, you know, it's just too much time, waste of time, you know. And the same thing with the other browser, Chrome and all that. It's pretty much the same browser as the AdBlock browser, but yeah, doing the same thing in regards of now it does seem to already have been loaded, so it probably will load again. So no, okay. So as you see, it doesn't load on the first time, so that's a problem, of course, which I have to fix. And I still have another thing that I need to incorporate into the index, and you know, I have a music player that I want to incorporate. I'm not, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to use both of the players. It seems to have some, you know, maybe it's in regards to the cache and it hasn't really uploaded to the new version, that, you know, it might have, you know, loaded in regards of, what do you call it, a version that doesn't work, and because, you know, you have all the browsing data still in the, you know, it's just, it's really, really annoying that you need to do, you know, clear cache and this and that, and of course you need to figure out where it is in the browser. You know, they have a way of putting it different places in the different browsers. Okay, let's try to open it again, and it's, you know, maybe not the first time, but the second time it should load. Okay, that was the first time, no loading, and then we'll go again and go again. Okay. Well, doesn't seem to want to load apparently. Let's try to open another window, and yeah, it's just there we go, and go. Let's see. I don't know if, there we go. So again, that's of course a problem, a big problem, that it won't work like. So I need to figure out something in regards to that. It would have been nice if I could actually have made it into, you know, a file that it retrieves, because then I can go just, you know, it makes the index file a lot more, you know, less information, because there's a lot of information on these, you know, playlist and player settings. At least I now I found out that I can take the player settings and move away. So if I want to edit in regards of the player, I can just go into that specific file, and everything is in that file. And because there's a lot of stuff, you know, and it just makes a huge, gigantic HTML file with all these different settings. And of course, the closer I get to what I want, the less time I actually need to spend in that file anyway, you know. So you know, toying around with the player. So that's at least nice that I can do that. You know, the HTML file looks pretty good at the moment, but again, the problem is it doesn't really, you know, there's no problem on the computer. The computer have no problems at all. It is the mobile browsers that have issues in regards to this. The computer have I've not seen a single problem in regards of that on the computer. So I guess it must be quicker to load the things, but I still don't understand it when I have loaded the player list, why it wouldn't be able to find it in regards to the name that it's searching for. It should be able. I don't know. Just it's just weird. So I guess something needs to be changed in the JavaScript, I guess, maybe to make it work. Not sure what, but maybe like that it needs to make a pause or something like that. A little pause before it actually goes further, so the mobile goes along. I don't know. But anyway, let's see if we can find the code here. Oh, actually, maybe I could just check on the mobile, actually. Then you can see the code. Oh, my back is hurting, it's just incredible. I know. I was out swimming yesterday, and and the next swim would be tomorrow, and then again 2 days again. So I guess I should begin to do other exercises as well. But it doesn't really. I also need to get those chicken feet, and haven't really. I used a huge amount of time trying to get chicken feet, and it really hadn't. I wasn't successful, and the two. It's incredible. Well, anyway, not getting these halal slaughtered chicken feet. If I just want a chicken feet, it would be a lot easier. But if I don't want them to be slaughtered to Satan, then it's a little harder to get them, because it's a little harder to get assurance in regards of not being slaughtered to Satan. Okay, let's see, where do we see the background source, new tools? No. Can we see the background? I always have a problem figuring out where things are because, every single browser, it seems they have it different places, Page, there we go. View page source, there we go. So that is the source that I have. And it actually, I guess, there's still, there's still place for improvement, but overall, it's, it's not that big, and this is the main page. As you can see, it's very small compared to what you might expect. So the menu, which is primarily in regards of the what do you call it? Let's see here where I can find it. Should be, where is it? Script here and there and all that. Oh yeah, but no, that's the player. I guess. I wonder where it is. Oh yeah, no, that's in regards of includes it already activated. So there we go. So here we have the Java W3 include HTML, and so here we have where it includes a UEP playlist, which apparently makes it a problem for the player to, and here we have where the player loads afterwards, and yet it has problems figuring out, usually this would load before this, but it seems to be able to do it in the other direction. But having it like this, I would think that this would already be loaded before it actually loads this. But so I'm not sure what is going on, but again, it still have problems in regards of finding the thing that, the first time. So I'm using it to the menu also here, W3 include HTML, index menu, HTML, .html. And that works wonderful. There's no problem with that. Everything seems to work in regards to that, at least. And of course, that was the main idea why I wanted, to include from another HTML thing. So I can only, I can just edit the menu, and then it will edit it every single place that I have. I can just include this little link, and then I can go to that HTML file, change it, and it will change it on every single page, which, that's nice. Again, I have no idea why the feature is not there already, that you need, JavaScript to do this. A lot of people seem to actually, want this feature, and yet it's not there. So I think it's a little silly that there wouldn't be anything, in the HTML that would be easily available to do. Well, actually, there's a lot of things where I'm thinking, like, why wouldn't this actually just be native in regards to the HTML? And of course, many years they've had to fix it, but no. So now you apparently need to do JavaScripting to do things that you should just have been able to do in the HTML. But anyway, that's just how it is, I guess. And here we have the encode in regards to the W3 include HTML, that you apparently need that for it to actually work. I'm not sure why and how it actually does the things it does, but well, it pretty much works besides the loading of the first time. And again, it's a problem that I can solve. But the problem is, if I fix the playlist, that it fills it up. It fills a lot, on the. So it would have been nice, because I'm going to put the music player inside as well. So that will be even more. That's another playlist, and another, where multiple playlists, and then of course playlists in regards to HTML playlist. So that's another bunch of code that would be inserted, and it pretty quickly become huge. And then it would be nice to have, singular files where you could go directly to the thing that you wanted. So, but anyway, I guess I'll just move on. At least I have something working now. Again, I still want to have the music player on it. I need to fix that into the standard page and all that. Yeah, it's moving forward, but I'm not sure how many problems I'm actually going to get with that, because some of the, for example, the CSS is using some of the same codes, and yet I think they have some differences in some of the places. So it's just it's a kind of messy. So I'm not sure what response I'm going to get in regards of yeah. So that will be interesting, because I need another CSS inside it, as far as I know. Of course, it would be interesting to try to just without, the CSS, and just fix it in there and see what it does. But it has its own CSS. So I actually have multiple. I think I have 2 CSS that is being loaded at the moment, and that's kind of and I need to clean up in those things as well. So that's one CSS there. There's another CSS down here. So that would be one CSS in regards of index and style sheet. Now here we global CSS that in regards of the video player. So that's 2 CSS files it loads. And there's a lot of things in this thing that I think it actually is from the W3 website, where there's a lot in the file already, which is not used. Probably not a big difference if I clean it out, but it would, in regards of figuring out what is going on and so forward, would help me. So, but yeah, little by little, it's moving forward. Sad that it doesn't really work on the mobile the first time.